Hola, mi amigos y amigas. Estoy Juan, aka Sean, here at Fireside Chat. I think we're having technical difficulties right now here at Fireside Chat. Si, amigos y amigas. Take it all in. Happy Cinco de Mayo. So here's the deal. We're just going to let these tunes play in the background, to set the mood. I've got my chica on el sofa. Heather, how are you? Como estas ustedes this fine afternoon? Hey, so here's the deal. We went away from the traditional Merlot. That's not, this hat's a piece of crap. That's not ordinary that we do that here on Fireside Chat, that we go away from the Merlot, but we do have a mix. Well, I tried to mix it. It's supposed to be a swirl, and when you don't have one of those machines to swirl it, Heather, it would be muy bien, muy bien. Bien is a state of being. Burritos are bueno. Things are bueno. Your state of being would be bien. Estudia la español. So, anyway, I can't get enough of this. I can't quit drinking it. It's going to be like 10 minutes of y'all sitting here watching me get loaded. So what we did was we took a sangria and we mixed it with some lime margarita, and we attempted to swirl it, which really what we did was with a spoon I tried to shovel it in, and I ended up getting frozen stuff all over the counter. What? They hear you. She never learns. Every week. Muy bueno. So, we do have a little fuego in the background. I went all in. I have my Chewy's shirt on. One of my favorite Mexican restaurants in the area. What? No, they hear you. They hear all this. We're supposed to work all this stuff out before we go live. See, when we talk about it, excuse me, it just gets a little awkward. Hey, you guys let your backbone slip this Cinco de Mayo. Hey, all right, can we hit pause real quick? Silencio, por favor. Muy bien. Hey, so here's the deal, folks. Again, on Fireside Chat, we do like to have a little bit of fun, but we also do like to impart a little bit of wisdom. So here's what I wanted to do. First of all, congratulations to all of you from Mexico for your independence from Spain. The conquistadores, you took those toros by the horns and you drove them out, and like us, you enjoy today your freedoms. And look, all my Republican conservative friends, which I am on that side of the aisle, I don't want to hear a freaking thing about a wall right now. Right now, we're celebrating sombreros, we're celebrating mariachis, we're celebrating my swirl, which I did learn to make, by the way, whenever I was working at Papacitos. Which, if you're not from Texas, and I think they have them other places now, but if you're not from those places and you've never been to a Papacitos and had they call it the wave, it's a swirl, and then they actually have one with a meltdown where they'll put like a shot of amaretto over the top of it. Oh, caliente, amigas. Well, and happy Cinco de Mayo to you, Kim, from the couch. Or was that directed outwardly to others? You might as well just say it, because they hear you. So, again, we want to be a little bit constructive while having a good time with our Cinco de Mayo message. So, what I wanted to talk a little bit about was, and I've talked about it before, is how do we keep our brains active? What's something positive that we can focus on, right? Because your brain is an organ, obviously, and if you don't use it, then it starts to deteriorate, or it's not as healthy, right? So your brain is something that you should absolutely focus on because it's the CPU of your entire body. Believe it or not, it even tells your heart what to do. A lot of people think your heart is. Obviously, if your heart stopped, you die, which would suck. But if your brain stops, you might as well be dead too. Summer, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for being on. Ole. So with that, Ryan, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I plan on doing, and I feel a little bit mallow that I haven't been doing this a little bit more, but I did study Spanish in school a little bit, studied it at university level for a little bit. I worked in a Mexican restaurant, as I mentioned. Growing up in Texas, it just kind of happens, right? But I've never really become completely fluent, and that's something that I want to do. So for me, that's something that I want to do to keep my wheels turning, right? That and playing my la guitarra. So what I've done, and you guys have, so I'm sure you've seen this, it's at the airport, right? You see it on TV all the time. But I've got one of these bad boys. Yeah, soak it in, Rosetta Stone. And I've had it for a while. I downloaded it on a laptop, and frankly, I got sidetracked. But what I want to do is put this now on my work computer, and there's going to be moments throughout the day where I'm doing like just, administrative work. If I'm catching up on my accounting, or I'm, working my, flow chart, or my log for all of my potential brand partners or customers, all that kind of stuff. Hey, muy bien, Sean Michael McLean. Muy bien. ¿Y tú? Bienvenidos. But anyway, as where I'm just surfing, doing research on the internet, whatever, this is something that's kind of cool. I'll open it up for you, for those of you that have always wondered but have never gotten one. So it's got this little DVD in here that you download into your computer. But other than that, it's very interactive. So like you put on this headset, and it's got a little mouthpiece that wraps around, kind of like you would see an operator have. And basically, the computer software will walk you through exercises, and it can pick up on your diction as you speak, and it will kind of bump you back in left or right in terms of whether you're mispronouncing things or not. But it's fantastico, I think. Trey, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenidos. Trey juegas la guitarra y mi hermanos. I don't know how to say band. How do you say band? See, I need help from Rosetta. So anyway, look. So if just kind of keeping your brain going, you're like, gosh, that's a lot of work, Sean. I don't know. Even with Rosetta, that's a hell of a lot of work. Maybe I don't have the energy to do that, you might say. Coincidentally, I've got a little something that can help with that. I'm just saying. You're like, well, even if I had the energy, I have trouble focusing. I can't remember stuff like that. It just so happens I've got something for that too. So, look, whatever excuse in the book that you have, yo tengo. You know what I'm saying? I got something for you. But anyway, if you're still not compelled, right, to learn a little Espanol, let me just drop a few statistics on you, or what I like to call in the biz, statisticos. That's not a word. Hang on. I thought about, excuse me folks, I'm talking to Kim now. I thought about, they hear us. I thought about having guacamole. And eating a little guacamole. But then I thought, that might be rude, eating guacamole in front of everyone. So, Let me drop a couple statisticos on you, amigos y amigas. Did you know, well, as a matter of fact, let's have a little fun here. Down in the comments section, you guys know the routine. Can you tell me, and I'll just tell you it's in the millions. Can you tell me how many million Spanish speakers that there are in the world? Type it, type. Come on, show me what you got. Nothing? Come on, guys. Nada? I didn't realize I knew so many Spanish words. Okay, I'm dying at laughter with my Spanish. Hey. Que lástima, that's all I know. Jessica Portillo worked with me at Papacitos. Hey, Heather Googled that crap. Heather, exactamente. 400 million Spanish speakers in the world right now. Muy bien. All right, Heather, now let's see how good you are. How many different countries in the world right now? Thank you, Laurent. Gracias. How many different countries in the world right now are Spanish-speaking countries as their first language or primary language? Anyone? Bueller. No? Heather's Googling. Can anybody answer it before Heather Googles it? 54, that's a great guess. Cut that about in half. Heather, you were close. It's 21. Nice effort. And Laurent, thank you for playing. So look, that's 21 different countries that speak that, right? So look, one more, that's awesome. One more quick trivia question then. So how many million Spanish speakers speak Spanish as their second language? Segundo. Oh, I got you, Heather Warden in Google. While you guys are Googling that or binging it, I'm going to make Bing a thing. We're going to start binging stuff. Laurent, that's a great guess. But way high, friend. I'm going to need you to bring it down. I think I blended this too much. Look, I don't have the patience for you people right now. 500 million. It's actually 60 million. 60 million. So really you're looking roughly at about, Laurent, actually your 500 million is actually a good number when you think about it combined. When you think globally, there's about 500 million Spanish speakers. So right now, right, you've got Mandarin Chinese that are the most. You've got English, of course, and then you have Spanish, right? But when you think about the growth, you know, Chinese is leading way by far, right? So even if they were growing, it doesn't really matter. Hey, Laurent, I'm not beating you up, man. At least you threw some answers out there, man. So for that, muchas gracias. But look, here's the point I'm trying to make is that when you put your business cap on and you think about how language is being spoken, right? There's a term called lingua franca. And boy, that'll take you way back, because what that literal translation means is the French language, right? And so back in the day, lingua franca, what now it means is, you know, the application of the term is what is the international primary language of commerce throughout the world, okay? So it's been everything from Latin, it's been English, of course, it's been Spanish at some point, and at one point, obviously, it was French, and while it was French, you know, the French think pretty highly of themselves. They're like, we will call it lingua franca. That's a terrible French accent. It's probably because I have the sombrero on. It's really hard to kind of be all things to all people right now. So good. So anyway, Look, so when you think about your business, you put your business hat on. And in my case, it's a sombrero. I'm all business in the sombrero. But you want to be thinking about the shifting dynamics, right? You want to think about the demographics. You want to think about who is your current market, what's your future market going to look like. Because if you're going to appeal to that market, if you're going to sell to that market, then it only makes sense that even if you don't speak it, in terms of your day-to-day interaction, you absolutely want to understand it, if nothing else, right? So that you're accommodating the different cultures that you're working with, right? And so for those of you that think for a moment that are so egocentric to think that it's all about the U.S., you're fooling yourselves, because the marketplace is increasingly moving to a global footprint, a global strategy, right? So that's why this is so very important, right? Jessica, yes, it was my attempt at an ultimate wave. I did not put the amaretto on top. I didn't get the shot of amaretto on top, but Jessica knows what's up. She knows que tal, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, when you think about, right, if you do speak a second language, for people in the U.S., there's a 15% higher salary rate for people that spoke a second language in the business community in the United States. In India, it was a 34% differential in their wage. And in Thailand, believe it or not, 55% pay differential for people that knew a second language, right? So if we know these statistics to be true, let's be smart about which one we choose, right? And so why would you not choose either the one that's the most prominent, which would be Chinese, or the one that's growing the quickest, which would be Espanol? You dig? All right, so a couple of other final thoughts here in terms of, I'm going to drop a few more statistics, right? If we think about countries that have citizens that speak a second language or are AKA bilingual, right? Does that include Pig Latin? Exne on the Atenlay Igpe Etherhe. Os lo iente se. Ooh, wow, it's hard to do Pig Latin in Spanish. Ui me bueno be. So anyway, 18% of Americans speak a second language fluently. 26% of Canadians speak a second language fluently. So hey, Laurent, high five up there. Virtual high five. Virtual high fives. Up in Canada, 26% of y'all speak a second language. That does not include Pig Latin. And 54%, and this shouldn't surprise anybody, but 54% of Europeans speak a second language. Now, for those folks, it makes a great deal of sense because they share so many borders, and it's almost like states are over there with the U.S., right? And then we've got Canada, and we share a border with them, and there's a great deal of English speakers on both sides. So really, for us, it's whatever people have brought in from migration, or obviously we share a border with Mexico. Canada, kind of same thing with Quebec, right? With and other province, or it's not territories, I guess. With French, right? There's the history there. Amy. Hey, you know what, Amy? I think last time I saw you, I might have had one of these in my hand as well. It's Amy Black. Bienvenidos, Amy.
At least you're not waving an American flag.
Amy, Kim said at least I'm not waving an American flag. That's an inside joke, and that's not Cinco de Mayo. That was Cuatro de Julio. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to talk about that on Fireside Chat. Y'all, that's it. Look, it's Friday. I've dropped a little bit of knowledge on you. Hopefully we added a little bit of value to your lives. There is one other thing that I did want to talk about, and then the sombrero's itching the crap out of me. I don't know how Mexican people do it. So I'm really kind of looking forward to this. I've got some pretty exciting giveaways that we're going to have coming up. And I think I told you guys that we've branded my new site, The Real Sean Parker. Because again, we got that other Sean Parker that did Napster and Facebook and Spotify and all that. But I'm the real Sean Parker. What? Anyway, so we're gonna have some fun giveaways. I'm so appreciative every time that you guys pop in and watch, and you know, hopefully soon we'll start reading my blog once I get that bad boy up and running. You're probably like, what's taking you so long? I never knew how hard it was to get a blog going, but it is. But we're gonna have some Yeti giveaways, and I'm not just talking any Yeti, but I'm talking the 30-ounce tumbler variety. All right, now maybe once this thing starts getting up and running and we're making some damn money, then we can do like a Yeti cooler, which would be awesome. But for right now, I'm on Yeti tumbler budget, all right? So you better deal. But I'm not gonna get into what the contest is yet, but I do wanna kind of grease the skids a little bit, let you know it's coming. If you don't own one, right, there's many replicas. What? Thank you. Yeah, it was driving me bonkers. Gracias. They see you. I'm taking such good care of. So anyway, Yetis, yes. If you don't own one, there's many imposters out there, but there's only one Yeti, and let me tell you, they're pretty badass. Christy Cones, good to see you. Thanks for being on. She's like, is that Sean Parker? Yes. So anyway, we're gonna do a couple of giveaways with those. We're gonna have a little fun with that little contest. As always, we're gonna try to add a little value with doing it, but we're gonna start with one, and then we're gonna have some multi giveaways with it as well. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, it's Friday. Viva la Facebook, and those of you that I love you. Tu es mi amores. Jessica Portillo's. God, your Spanish is awful, isn't it? Yes, I know. So anyway, God bless you. You guys, for those of you in Bixby, we'll see you out at the Bixby Blues and Barbecue Festival. For the rest of you, enjoy your weekend. God bless you. We love you. And take great care of yourselves. And for those of you that are from Mexico or in Mexico as we speak, I can't think of a good congratulatory retort. Cheers. Y'all take care.